So hello guys, good evening all of you. Sorry, good afternoon all of you. So we are live with this four CMI science students out there in CMI, and we are gonna have a beautiful talk together today on how the preparation of CMI science should be done this year. And I hope the COVID will not affect it, and we will also talk how COVID affected their lives too. So let's get started. I will start in alphabetical order over here. Dhruvee, Pragya,
Yeah.
Ritirupa and Shramana, and I will give a few seconds to each one of them to introduce themselves, and we will move on to questions really fast because a lot of questions out there. All the best, guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'll start. I'm Dhruvee Chauhan. I'm from Mumbai and I've completed my bachelor's in statistics from Roya College, which is a part of Mumbai University. And after that, I started preparing for JAM and as well as data science. I got into CMI, so I started with MSc data science. Yeah.
Perfect.
Hi.
Pragya.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks. Hi, I'm Pragya Jaiswal. So I currently am in Kolkata and I did my schooling here. Then I went on to do my BSc in Eco Maths and Stats. It was a triple major. I did it from Mount Carmel College, which is in Bangalore. Then right after that, I gave the CMI entrance and I got in. So well, I'm here now.
Perfect. Ritirupa.
Hello, I'm Ritirupa Dey. I'm from CMI Data Science. I did my bachelor's in statistics from Lady Brabon College, Calcutta University. I had prepared for JAM, ISI, MStat, and CMI Data Science all together. I got selected in CMI, so I'm now pursuing data science from Chennai Mathematical Institute. That's it.
Perfect. Okay, Shramana.
Hello everyone, I'm Shramana Guin from West Bengal. I have done my BSc Stats from Presidency College, Kolkata, and currently I am doing my Masters in Data Science in CMI. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Hi, I'm Srijit Mukherjee, and I will not give you any advice over here. The other four people only give you advice, some advice to you. And coming to the advice, I will start asking some generic questions that um, we have collected from the students, and also some unique questions that we'll be addressing towards the end. Okay, so the first generic question that we had from our students, guys, can you please mute? I will just tell you one by one. Yeah. So the first question that I should ask the people over here is that when did you start preparing for CMI data science and trans examination? And I will go into alphabetical order. So Dhruvi first.
Yeah. So actually, our entrance actually got delayed. It was actually first scheduled before and then it got delayed, so I had started preparing from April May, and then I took a break and then again prepared for another month, so it was around April that I started. Yeah.
Okay, April. Okay, 1 month, right? Okay, perfect. So Shramana, Pragya,
Pragya,
sorry.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no names
Yeah.
are visible. I am very bad at names.
Uh,
Please forgive me. Yeah.
It's all right. Yeah. So yeah, same. We were supposed to have the exam in June earlier, and then it got postponed to August, I think.
Okay.
So I started preparing around the same time. Like my college exams happened in April, so right after that I started preparing. So like a month then, and then I took a break again, and then start prepared again. So like
Okay.
about 2 to 3 months, I would say 3 months.
Okay. Ridrupa and Shramana. Ridrupa.
Yeah. So I won't say that I prepared for a particular period of time. The preparation is a continuous process. So the process starts from the very first year of bachelor's. You build your concepts from the very beginning only, and in the third year you just brush up the concepts and just focus on your weak parts. That's the main thing that you do. So but if you have to put it, like if I have to say a fixed number of months for which I prepared, I would go for, I started around March, April, around that time.
Okay. Okay.
And um,
Yeah. Okay.
that's
Okay.
how.
I will come into the details of that. Sorry for cutting out in the middle. We have a lot of questions. So yeah, March, April, all around March, April they started. So Shramana also March, April.
Yes, I think for my second year, I was aware ki what is the syllabus. So I was studying what are the topics in common with my BSc. So that I studied from before. And last, yes, from April, I did the main preparation.
Okay, okay, perfect. So I think you took around 2 to 3 months. 3 months, I should say. 3 months for preparation, right? It's okay, perfect.
Yes.
So 3 months seem to be a very good option for you to start. So this year it's on May, so maybe January, February is a good time to start. Okay. So the next part is a bit more detailed one. It will take your individual time. So how did you start your preparation, Dhruvi? And then I will move ahead to the others.
Yeah, so actually, because I am from a statistics background, I was already in touch with whatever statistics we need to prepare for. But I really needed to prepare for pseudocode because I did not know anything. So I took my time to prepare for that. And for that, I viewed basic pseudocodes from the internet and whatever resources they provided, a little bit of that. And for the other parts, I really, as my friends suggested, that I should prepare 10 plus 2 maths first. So that was my major focus. And that personally for me is really enjoyable, that kind of mathematics. It was fun solving and spending time solving those sums. But I think the thing that helped me the most was guidance from the seniors. So I was preparing, but I was not completely sure if I'm going in the right direction because I was preparing by myself. I did not join anything. But when I studied under Shuli and the seniors for 10 days, it was my point is that the guidance from the seniors who have already prepared for this entrance was a turning point in my preparation, which helped me prepare better and feel much more confident. So I think apart from self preparation, guidance would be really like it will change the game. That is what
Okay,
I feel. Yeah.
perfect. Perfect. So Pragya. So I think I just to repeat what Ruby told, the
Yeah.
main 2 points he told like is the 10 plus 2 mathematics book and the guidance from the mentors from seniors. So coming to the guidance will be coming towards the end.
And
So now
pseudocode. Yeah.
and pseudocode. Okay, okay, pseudocode.
Yes.
So yeah, Pragya now.
Yeah, so for me, preparation was mainly because I had a background in maths and stats, and the syllabus for CMI mainly covers 10 plus 2 maths, right? And that is something I enjoyed a lot. So I started preparing with that only. I started taking one topic at a time and like solved a lot of questions. Even if I knew the topics, I solved a lot of questions from maths, and then stats also. You have to like go through the theory first, like you need to know what's happening and then you solve the questions. So for me, the theory was something I knew already, like most of it, because I had that in my bachelor's. So it was mainly about practicing the entire preparation.
Okay.
And one thing I would suggest is that before you begin preparing for any entrance, like in this case, the CMIDS, always like try to take like solve one question paper before you begin preparing for your exam. So at that point, you would know what you don't know, which is like a very important thing, which was a very important thing for me, because like if I know what I don't know, then I know what to prepare for. So like solve one or two papers before preparing, and like give it the time. Don't feel like, oh, I don't know anything, so I'll just wrap it up in half an hour, the entire paper. Like go through each question, try solving, see what topic it's from, what so like note down topics where it's from. For me, like that's something which helped. Like I used to solve papers and I used to like note down these are the topics that I did not understand, or these are the topics I need more preparation in. Then maybe like I gave the next 2 3 days solving those topics, then went back to a paper, or like something like that. So solving papers was a big part of my preparation, and I might have like solved the papers. There were three papers available when we gave it. So I solved all three papers like at least 3 times, 3 to 4 times throughout the 3 months. And that helped a lot. Plus, yeah, just like do the topics. I think
Okay.
pseudocode for me was something which was not very difficult because it's very logical, and if you know any one language beforehand, it's simple. So for me, like I knew C++ because I had that in 11th 12th, so it wasn't a big challenge. It was just like little bit you had to solve a few questions here and there. um that's pretty much what
Okay,
the preparation
perfect.
was
So,
like.
just to repeat, I think what is the main point she told is that I'm just writing down the notes for you. Um, so one thing she told, like one question paper you should start doing before you give the exam, because you can understand your strengths and weaknesses. People say SWOT analysis or whatever, and you can understand your strengths and weaknesses, and then you can act accordingly, right, Pragya?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's pretty
Okay.
much
And
it.
pseudocodes, coming to the pseudocodes, we have a lot of questions. That's a very hot topic out here.
Sure, we'll come to that. Yeah.
Yeah. Ritirupa.
Yes. So in CMI data science entrance exam, I think the main topics of focus are all three, math, stat, and computer science. Since I had all three for my bachelor's, uh, therefore I didn't have to prepare, like put a lot of effort in one topic separately. I had to do all three together, like, and since my honors was on statistics, therefore the concepts were clear from beforehand. All I did was prepare from the objective papers of CMI previous year's papers, plus ISI MStat papers, plus SRAM papers. Objectives, since time becomes a major constraint when it comes to objective questions, you need to practice as much objectives as you can from wherever you can. Whenever
Ritirupa, sorry to interrupt you. Just I think Shrijit, because of you, there's an echo. So can you just mute? Yeah.
Yes. The objective part, as I was saying, there is the time constraint in objective portion. So you need to practice objectives as fast and as in a very efficient manner, time friendly manner. So solve as many questions as you can from be it from ISI MSQE or MStat or IIT mathematical statistics exam. Focus on the MCQ part, because that will be your main portion for qualifying into your subjective part. Unless and until you get a particular cutoff, clear a particular cutoff, your subjective part, no matter how much well you do in your subjective portion, it won't be checked. So it's very important to clear the objective and do the objectives in fast manner, so that within time. And also, pseudocodes, I was well adept in Python and C from before. So pseudocode were not really much of a thing. I think if your algorithms, if you can interpret the algorithms, the logic of the code, then it will be easy for you to go about in any language as you like. So you just can practice certain snippets from Geeks for Geeks or anything, uh, as much as you like in your but don't, like, make it a, like, don't have to practice complete codes. Practice small pseudocodes and snippets, that will do.
Okay, perfect, perfect. So, I think the main point what Riturupa told, according to me, is like just not only focus on the only question papers of similar science, you can also get an idea about the corresponding questions from MSQE, MTQ, or the common portions. So you can get a lot of questions banked from there to enhance your skills of problem solving. That's a very good suggestion, I believe. Thank you, Riturupa. And coming to Shramana, yep, I will just mute myself, otherwise
Hi.
I'll be.
Hi. So first, my preparation journey, I started by looking at the syllabus to understand what are the type of questions we'll get. Then I looked in the question paper, as Pragya mentioned. It's very important. So for me, the challenging part was subjective questions, because objective is something I knew I would be able to do, but subjective For that, I really practiced from the ISI BStat and all those question papers, the subjective part. The CMI also, CMI entrances, other questions, the BSc entrances, that was also very helpful for me to practice the subjective part to understand what is the type of answers they expect, because we have sample solutions on the website. So it's very useful. And besides that, for the pseudocodes, I too had or in my school level computers, so I did not have to practice a lot for that. For me, what was challenging was maths, the linear algebra, and the real analysis part. So for that, I practiced a lot from different books. Statistics was fairly easy for me because I had statistics in my BSc, and not a lot of things is asked from statistics except probability. So yes, I think that is all I have to say.
Perfect. Perfect. So I think what Shramana told, like the main point is actually a very convex combination of all of them. I believe that it's like the convex combination, all the important points of all out there. So that's really good. So it like double verifies the ideas out there. So just to have a brief idea about what the recap of what they have told, like one two good problem resources that have been understood and we have got it from this small discussion is that the 10 plus 2 mathematics book and the past year question papers of CMI and as well as other colleges, okay, other entrances. And so coming back to this, like this resources and problem resources and all these questions out there. So my next question to you guys is the following: that what are the books, online resources, and videos that you really found useful? If you have mentors or others, you can also tell their name that you found really useful during your preparation. So like any like let's first cover the books and online resources that people get for free out there. So let's focus on that. Yeah, Dhruvi.
Okay, yeah. So, firstly, I would suggest, depending upon the syllabus, divide the syllabus in whatever chunks that you can finish, and look at the question paper and try to find out what questions are coming from that, and then pick up, for example, maths. For maths, you can pick up any 10 plus good 10 plus 2 book. First, clear your concepts using some video series. I find personally, first, that if you go through some basic video series, you will get a really you will start getting into the topic, and then some good book on linear algebra and real analysis, any 10 plus 2 related book. I did not prepare from any specific book, but I felt that if I get the idea of what the topic is being covered, wherever you find that comfortable from, that should be good. And then use the 10 plus 2 books to solve similar problems. So past question papers, some YouTube series, and learning the concept from wherever you find it comfortable. And one important thing that I would also like to say is that divide the topics and make sure that you have covered them and keep coming back to them again and again. So for my preparation, I did not have a particular gospel book in my hand that I always reviewed for any particular topic. I just focused, okay, I want to understand this topic, I'll understand it from this YouTube series or from this book or anywhere, because you will get a lot of resources online, and anywhere there will be a lot of books available. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So like Dhruvi's strategy is to like experiment out there and just do whatever really you go to a library and do whatever you like, read the book whatever you like in that strategy. That's really good, I guess. So coming back, like any specific group you want to suggest people, like, or just like follow this strategy online because there are a lot of resources out there now. So anything you want to be very specific in, Dhruvi? Any books or
uh, for 10 plus 2, the sums, I will suggest the ISI preparation book has a lot of good questions, and it has also the previous year's questions, and the diagram based questions, the probability related questions are very similar. Yeah, this book, the
yeah, yeah,
method,
yeah,
correct.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this book. Okay, so perfect. Okay, so this book has been suggested by Dhruvi. Any online videos you suggest? Any video series you suggest? Like I personally believe, I have a suggestion. Small suggestion is that Khan Academy's videos are really useful in understanding and clearing your basic mathematics portion, high school mathematics. If you have forgotten it, because there are many people who are giving ISI like semi science exam after their working a lot of years. Okay, so they may have forgotten. So we are addressing to that community. If there have been people like this who want to really on a masters but have forgotten their basics. I think the Khan Academy's videos of mathematics may be useful. That's my guess. Like any such suggestions you have extra, Dhruvi, or I will move on to Pragya.
I'll just put it in
Please.
if I
Okay.
remember. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So Pragya, yeah.
Yeah. My preparation strategy was kind of similar to Dhruvi's, where so for me, it's very important for me to make notes. That's how I generally learn. So for me, what I did was I wrote down the syllabus, and then I went on like topic wise the topics which I did not know. So for each topic, whatever I did not understand, I tried looking it up on the internet first. So for me, Khan Academy is one thing which is helpful. There's a channel called Three Blue One Brown. That's a really good channel. Then so for maths and stats mainly, both of them are okay. And next is there's this one channel on YouTube called P Statistics. I followed their videos also for like a lot of stats concepts, which like I forgot and I had to go through. So that and in terms of books, as Ravi said, this book which I showed also this test of mathematics at 10 plus 2. This is basically ISI's book which everybody should solve, I feel. It's very helpful for any entrance related to maths, stats. Also, like solving ISI question papers and BSc question papers, as Ritirupa already mentioned, BSc question papers of CMI. There's a maths computer science combination that helps. And another thing is, so this I realized after I joined CMI, but now that I know, I can share it with the juniors, like whoever wants to join. Is there are Madhavan Mukund's courses on NPTEL for pseudocodes, especially. There are, if you search Madhavan Mukund's courses on NPTEL, you'll get like all these free things online, and those are very helpful in solving all the pseudocode questions. Madhavan sir is our teacher, so yeah, that's why everybody is smiling, I feel. But yeah. But that's actually helpful, like for pseudocode, especially if you're having trouble getting questions, then that's a good place to go to.
Okay, perfect, perfect. So, a small task for you, Pragya, is that can you help us find that YouTube playlist while we are moving ahead to Ritirupa and Shaman? Okay, so it's a small assignment for you right now.
Yeah, I can
So,
send it to you.
yeah, perfect.
YouTube playlist for
The pseudocodes you told by Madhav Mukund,
YouTube playlist for. Sorry,
you
is
told, or maybe a
Ritirupa's
video,
voice
or I
got.
mean, I told YouTube playlist or video. I don't know what it is exactly. For this pseudocode thing you told by Madhavan Mukund.
That's
That is
not on YouTube. It's a
oh NPTEL one. Okay, okay, okay,
That's
okay.
not on YouTube.
But NPTEL videos are usually on
NPTEL.
YouTube,
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
for free. So that's why I told.
I was talking about like if you just want questions, you can Google it. Like even if you search like pseudocode questions, his thing comes up anyway.
Okay,
So
okay,
yeah,
perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay,
that's something
thank
I
you,
found
Pragya.
useful. Yeah.
Okay, so just to recapitulate, what they told is that they first go through the syllabus entirely, cut it down into chunks, and then their procedure of learning is, to experiment the resources out there all over the web and making their own cheat sheets and notes, I guess, so that it's really helpful for their own preparation. And now I will move ahead to Ritirupa and Shramana one by one to get ahead to know the other aspects of their own unique way of preparation. Ritirupa. Ritirupa, yeah, you're on mute.
Okay, so for the objective portion, I had already solved the 10 plus 2, that tomato book popular in ISI in my class 12. So I just revised the objectives from there. And I even did consulted RD Sharma MCQ and Cengage for the objectives. Like RD Sharma MCQ has uh, good good concepts for topics like functions, relations, and calculus. And Cengage has good linear algebra. And For the subjective part, I think if your concepts are clear, then you don't need to practice, uh, like, don't need to delve into the concepts very well, but you just need to have the things clear cut, like the formula and the basics. The basics is what matters. Depth is not much, meaning you don't need much hi-fi stuff, much of statistics of, or the basics would do, like probability distribution, expectations. These things will pretty much sum up for the stat portion, and for the subjective part. And you can obviously solve the previous year's paper to get a good hang of it. And that's it. That's pretty much what I would like to say.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. So, yes, I think she has still a lot of important books out there, and good. So, you can like, I think you have noted down the books. I have not noted down the books. I was drinking water. So let's thank you, Ritirupa, and let's move ahead to Shramana now.
Hello. I prefer to read books a lot. So for probability, what I read was by Sheldon Ross, a first course in probability. That book has really good examples and exercises. So that really helped me a lot. Second, there is a topic called truth tables, propositional logic. For that, I used Kenneth Rawson. Then for discrete maths, I there is a NPTEL course of SRS Iyengar. So that really covers all the topics of discrete maths. I really follow that. And except that, for probability and stats, I used a book called of Rohatgi Saleh. And for plus two mathematics, as Riti Rupa said, Sangage and Adi Sharma, any standard IIT JEE maths main and advanced book is really enough. And for functions and differentiation and integration, there's a book of Amit M. Agarwal. So that book really helped me. I practiced a lot from that book. And for graphs, I used the graph. There's a graph book of Amit M. Agarwal only. So these two books and the others I mentioned was more than enough. For pseudocodes, I didn't have to study much. And I think everything on the internet is pretty much all that there's pretty much everything on the internet about pseudocodes.
Okay, is that the book of Play with Graphs?
Yes, yes, the Amitabh Agarwal ka Play with Graphs.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
one of my favorite books. Yeah, thanks for
yes.
mentioning. So I hope all of you have like she has broken down into pieces of the syllabus and she has given and suggested a lot of books to you. Now it's your duty to read them and or experiment like others who have told who likes to experiment. It's like
Yeah, I just wanted to add one more point. That because pseudocodes, whatever come, usually the pattern is that whatever pseudocodes was asked before, a continuation of the similar pseudocode is added in the next year's paper. So I would suggest go through similar pseudocodes of whatever has whatever has been given in the paper in the previous years. That would help.
okay,
Yeah.
perfect. So perfect. So let's attend few of thank you all of you by the way, and I will tell you a lot of thank yous during the live. Okay, so so coming back to we will answer a few of the questions of the people out there. Someone called Gokul. I will just share his. He told like, "Hi, can I like how can he complete with his BSc CS degree?" So anything you want to add to this aspect? Anyone
Uh,
like
Definitely, I think.
I think he said compete, right?
Yeah,
complete? Yeah.
compete. Yeah. So a lot of students from various backgrounds have been joining the CMI DS course from engineering, and people who've actually worked for a few years and then prepared for this course. Somebody who has been teaching for many years and then started preparing. So there is a very broad bunch of students, and I'll tell you that the Questions are 10 plus 2 level and maybe a little advanced and pseudocode, so you do not need to worry. I think Gokul, you can definitely compete. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you. Anything you want to add? I think all of them. I think was
Yeah,
good.
I want to say that actually, from a CS degree, is advantages to some level. I feel because like you probably have a good math background, like a basic math background, and you would probably be good at logic if you have CS. So you'll be covered for the logic part of it and the pseudocodes. So that actually helps.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay. So anything you want to add and motivate and inspire Gokul to? Okay, perfect. All the best, Gokul, for your preparation. Coming back to the next question, course duration. I will come to the course later on. We'll have a different life for that. Okay, Sai Kamath, is she or he a part of your, like, he has commented or she has commented that he like practicing from JE questions from 10 plus to mathematics is really useful. So I also think so. You have also mentioned that point somewhere in your. So that's, thank you for adding that to this. So okay, so coming back to the next part of the question that we have for you guys is that this this thing, let's move ahead to this small question of what did you do in the last day of your exam? Like, did you chill or did you just what did you do? Yeah, Dhruvi.
Yeah, so my strategy was to first of all, I did not study the whole day or did not go through any new topics on the last day. I just reviewed whatever formula lists or little notes that I had prepared, and then I decided to take the like at least 5 to 6 hours before the sleep. I decided to relax and not continuously work myself up about preparing. And I slept early because I wanted a good sleep for the next day and I wanted to be relaxed during the paper. I just wanted to be sure that I am in a good mindset tomorrow morning. So just try to invest your energy in a way that you have a good mindset during the exam. Do the preparation before. 3 months hai, you have 3 months. Do the preparation in that.
Okay, perfect. So she is indirectly suggesting you to sleep a lot before the exam. Okay, so last day. Okay, so coming back to Pragya. So what's, did you sleep a lot or?
Yeah, yeah, I did too. Like, so before the exam, I feel like one day before the exam, don't study. You'll only confuse yourself more. So don't study. That and as I already mentioned that while you're preparing, always make like cheat sheets and like notes are something that you can look at right before like the day before the exam. So it can contain like formulas and like methods and stuff like that. That's all, like max 1 hour or 2 hours, not more than that. And yeah, that's it. Then have good food, hydrate, and sleep. That's it.
Okay, very good productivity hacks. Thank you.
Be in a good headset actually. It's just be in a good mind space, that's all.
Perfect. Thank you, Pragya. What about Ritirupa? You drank a lot of water and you slept a lot, like Pragya.
Yes, yes, that's very important. Getting a good night's sleep before on the day before the exam, that's very important. Stay hydrated, stay well hydrated, and I even meditated. Meditation helps a lot. Yes, it helps a lot, like um, in clearing your thoughts so that you can think in a new approach. That will help you a lot, and of course stay motivated and don't cram a lot of stuff in before the on the day before the exam. Just just you can go through your formula and stuff, but don't learn new stuff. Anything new is total a waste of time. So before the exam, so
Okay,
don't.
okay. Don't take stress. Do a lot of meditation. If you want, Ritirupa can help you over LinkedIn. And I'm just joking. So, so anyways, thank you for it. Thank you for it. Okay, so Shramana, what's your suggestion?
Hi. So I first looked, yes, I have studied everything, I've covered all the topics. I've not left out anything. And yes, I what is very important ki, as it is a subjective exam, we have to draw and stuff. So it's very important to take a pen and a pencil and a scale. So I prepared all of that, and I really chilled, and I did not study very much because I'm a very panicky person. So I did not study at all. I just went through, and yes, I had a really good sleep before. So that's it.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Thank you, guys. Let's move to the next question. A lot of questions.
Something I wanted to add to that. Yeah. Also, don't forget your admit card and all of that. Don't stress out. Just like pack your bag at night and then go. Don't forget
Yes, very
anything. It's
important.
very important. Very important. Like
Yep, yep.
take ID and like read everything properly. Manage your time to like reach the center and all. It's very important.
Yeah, and also any of the things that worked for us may not necessarily work for you. So do not make it like a checklist, make it like a thing in your head that I
Yeah.
have to meditate and drink a lot of water, don't take stress. Whatever works for you,
Yeah.
just whatever works for you, do that so that you feel confident because you have prepared for 3 months. Just keep that in your mind.
If
And
you like to
also
watch
like don't try to learn topics on the last day. That's the worst idea ever. Don't be like, oh no, I missed this topic, I have to cover it on the last day. Don't do it. Just leave it.
perfect. So if you also want to watch an episode of Friends before going to your exam, do it. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
So that
definitely. I did. I watched Netflix last night. Yeah.
okay, perfect. So moving on to the next question. What do you think the most important topics for semester? I will not cover this because I want all of these people to do all of the all the topics out there. All the topics are important. Anything you want to add to this? Like I don't think you want to chuck out some topics out of the whole thing. Everything is important, right?
Yeah, in fact, that is true because whatever syllabus they have given is pretty concise, and they literally ask. There are 2 to 3 questions from, or if not
Everywhere.
more, from every topic that they have mentioned. So you cannot like leave out any topic.
Perfect. Anything you want to add? Like all of US from this?
Uh, yeah, one thing. So there's always one question from Pigeonhole Principle, and people often ignore that one topic because it's a very small topic. Don't do that. Do that topic because it's very small, and there's definitely a question every year. So do it.
No,
Same from
I
others.
personally, what I did was the last thing, the question. Yes, one question comes every year from PHP, but I my combinatorics that portion was weak, so don't waste time much on one question. Like if you dwell over one question for a long time, but it's not getting you anywhere, please move on.
I am coming to questions. I'm coming to questions. Okay.
That's solving question. I meant like while preparing, don't skip the topic while preparing. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, yeah.
Not
I'm
while
coming to how
answering
to.
the paper.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm coming to questions right away. Okay. So, okay. Anything you want to add, Shramana?
Well, there's graphical interpretation comes a lot. So logical reasoning and graphical interpretation, if you like cover up some questions and practice, like how just the previous question paper is enough, but how to approach these questions, it's very important because we don't get it in a standard book. So that is something we have to search the internet to understand what are the type of questions which come. But there's a lot of questions, like every year 2 or 3 questions come from graphical interpretation, which carry a lot of marks actually.
Perfect. Perfect.
And it's actually good, like easy scoring. Like if you can do LR and
Yes,
data interpretation, it's very
yes.
scoring, and you can practice from previous year CAT
Cat
papers
question
actually.
papers might help. Yes.
Yeah, you can practice from CAT papers or like any standard CAT preparation book if you find it.
Okay. Perfect. So, next question. Next question is that this is something important. This is something I really want to focus on. And the next question is that how did you attempt the question paper and how should you think one should do to maximize the marks? Also, in this, I will also include the aspects of how you prepared for the subjective portion, which is really an important portion in CMI, and also include your preparation strategies for the subjective portion also here. So, yeah. So go ahead, please, Dhruvi.
Yeah, for the paper, firstly, have a brief timeline in your head. How much time are you going to give to subjective and how much time are you going to objective? Second tip, even if you don't know the entire subjective questions, write partial solutions, you will get partial marking. That is something that is very important for CMI students. You will get partial marking. So if you know a concept, you know something that you can write it in the subjective part. You are not losing marks. You're just probably getting more marks. And then keep a track of whatever questions you are doing or you have done. For me, I kept a track of all of the questions at the last page. I've done this question, I've done this question, so that firstly you feel confident that okay, I have attempted these many questions and these many are left. So you can mentally prepare yourself that okay, I have this much time, I have to prepare myself that way. Another thing, don't jump between questions. Complete the questions that you've picked up, and if it is taking a lot of time, skip it and put it to the end. Don't spend a lot of time jumping between questions. And lastly, do the easier questions first. Finish them first. Suppose if you're tackling objective part first, finish the objective part first, whichever questions are easy, and then go to the difficult questions, and then move on to the subjective part and have the same strategy. And for the writing, how you should write the subjective questions, I think first of all, maintain uh, for me personally, I had to write a short brief solution at the back of the paper, and then I wrote the final solution, so that I write whatever is necessary during in the final answer sheet. And my general rule was to follow whatever was how it was written in the ISI subjective questions, and keep it short and neat. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Dhruvi. Um, Pragya, how did you do it? And yeah, so I just want to have a small doubt
Yeah.
with,
So for me,
the.
attempt.
Sorry for interrupting. So,
Yes.
can you just tell me the marks distribution of the whole thing? How is the marks? How are the marks distributed?
I think 40% weightage is for objective part, and six, if I'm not wrong,
So, how
and
many questions
60%
are there?
weightage.
It was
So
40
first,
60. Yeah.
yeah. So first part also has 20 questions, and the second part also had 20 questions, and you have to approximately answer. It's good to answer 13 to 15 MCQ questions.
50.
Uh, yeah, over anything over 13, 15. And for the objective subjective part, it is good to answer 10 or 12 or maybe even more, 10 or 12 properly, and then few partial solutions for the subjective part.
Okay, so any good like out of the whole thing, any good cutoff marks you think, like any suggestion, like maybe you don't know or maybe you know it.
So
So yeah.
Yeah,
it's
go ahead.
generally 50%, but like it's generally like around 50% of it. So for us, what was it? It was 20. What
22,
was it,
and
Ruby?
total was 54. Yeah,
22 and 54. So
correct.
out of
For the
150, right?
Yeah, so for the objective part, it was 22 out of 40 for the objectives. So approximately 11 MCQs you had to get correctly. So it is safer to get
Without
13 to
getting
15.
any incorrect because
Yeah,
there was negative marking
There's
in
negative
the
marking. Okay, okay.
MCQ.
yeah. And for the total, it was 54 out of 100. So you can subtract and guess how much you want for the subjective part. So 22 for objective out of 40 and 54 out of 100 total.
Wait, was there negative marking though?
No,
I'm
actually, it
confused now.
wasn't there.
I
No,
don't
it
Ah,
wasn't
there
there.
think so.
was it.
That is negative
Haha, it is
marking.
there in jam. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
there's no negative marking. Okay, okay, perfect.
yeah.
Okay, okay.
There's no negative marking. Yeah.
So 50-50, I think 50%, 50% is really a good strategy to move ahead
I
with.
mean,
That's
the thing is, try answering at least 70% of the paper, then you'll clear, like you'll score 50%, which
You'll be
is like a
sure
good
that you've
strategy.
cleared. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
correct.
Like if you've answered 70% well enough, then I think it's pretty good. My strategy was similar to Dhruvi's. Like first, like have a timeline in your head, divide questions, and like don't waste too much time on a question if it's taking a lot of time. Like a lot of times while answering a paper, we tend to think that, oh, this is a question I have done and I know it, but something goes wrong while writing it, and you're just stuck on that question. Don't do it. Skip it. Come back to it at the end of the exam, maybe like with a fresh thought. But don't waste more than, like, say if you've decided that you'll solve every MCQ in 2 minutes, don't waste more than 2 minutes on any question. Just like move on to the next one. and then later come back to it if you think you have time. And like it's very important to manage time and like set that, oh, I have 10 questions, I'll finish it in 30 minutes. So that also comes from practicing papers beforehand. So time yourself while you're practicing also. Oh, I have 10 questions.
Okay, perfect. So, okay, so before we move on, if you're enjoying this, do like, subscribe, and share to our channel, and also do get in touch with these experts over LinkedIn. Their LinkedIn handles are given in the description. Okay, so I sound like a YouTuber. Anyways, let's move ahead to the next question to Ritirupa. Yeah, Ritirupa.
Yes.
How
Uh,
did you?
so yes. So there is one thing you need to keep in mind in the objective portion. There is MSQs, multiple select options. So that is very important. There is no partial marking for it. Those questions need utmost attention because you need to get all the. If 4 out of 4 options are correct, you need to mark all four. If marking three won't fetch you any marks. So
Correct,
please
yeah.
spend time on that, like do it very carefully. And uh, for the DI questions also, they are a bit calculative, but there is a calculator on screen also, so use that. Don't go by hand. uh, and For the subjective portions, the algorithms, I remember in our year, the there were 2 or 3 programming questions in the subjective which were very lengthy. So I would suggest you do it first, you dry run it first. uh, Do it by hand, mentally, or by anything, but don't just since there is a space constraint in the answer script, don't scribble in the answer script. Do it in rough first, and then write the final answers in the answer script. That's it.
Perfect. Super. 10 out of 10. Okay. So coming, thank you, Riturupa, and then coming to Shramana. What's your strategy?
Hello. So for objective, I focused a lot more on objective because that was my strong part. So I probably attempted 18 to 19 questions on objective because, and the thing is, in CMI objective part, as there is no negative marking, we don't know which questions are MCQ and which questions are MSQ. Like we don't get it written separately, so we have to figure that out, and it's really difficult. So I think focusing on that, because if you even just for one incorrect option, you will have wasted a lot of time, but you won't get any marks for that because there is some partial marking, as Pragya said. And for subjective, as you had asked, ki what did we do? I think the previous year solutions, sample solutions, are provided by CMI itself in the website. So looking into that is very important. So we get a hang of understanding ki how do we write the answers and how much precise should it be. And also, like CMI, I think it gives marks. Like for example, if you have done a question and you have written the your explanation correctly, but for some calculation mistake, your answer is wrong, CMI will give marks. But if you don't write anything and you directly write your answer, they won't give any marks, even if it's correct. So a proper explanation is very important in the subjective part. Otherwise, like you might have written the answer correct, but if you don't give explanation, or if you write a result or a line out of the blue, they will not give any marks. You have to proceed step by step ki what you're writing. And other than that, I don't think these people have already said everything they had to say.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you. And okay, so let's go on to. Okay, we have 11 minutes left. We will not rush. We'll take it slowly, just like the exam day before. Okay, so the next question is that how did you manage your time during the exam? How did you manage your time? Yes.
Yeah, so I've already mentioned a little bit of this before. Keep a track of your progress, which will help you a lot better. And secondly, focus on the topics that you feel are strong for you and you can attempt faster and attempt them first. And for the remaining questions, divide the questions and try to solve them. And if you are able to solve them, solve them. Otherwise, quickly move on from them. So this is similar to what I mentioned in the previous answer as well. Yeah, that's it.
Sorry. Thanks for all the short
Usually.
answers, Ruhi. So, short to the point answers. Okay. Thank you. Pragya.
Pretty much same. I think Dhruvi covered it. It's pretty much that.
Okay, that's even shorter. Okay. Coming to Ritirupa.
We'll have more time to address the doubts of the.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we can
So,
do
how did you
that.
manage your time? Do you want to add something?
No, it's like don't dwell on one question for long. Just if you can't do it, or if you think that it is difficult or time consuming, maybe the calculations are lengthy, just move on. Just
Okay.
move on.
Okay. Is your same suggestion of moving on by Shramana too?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. So we should move on to the next question too also. And how did you manage your exam preparation alongside your work and exams? Like anything you want to add to this?
uh, yeah, so we for me, I did not have any exams during the preparation for CMI. But if you had your college exams during the preparation, I would suggest give lesser time to CMI preparation, maybe 2 to 3 hours. But make sure that you whatever new you learn, you keep a track of it, and you know that you've learned it, so that in future you are able to solve it, and you just need to brush that topic up. And if you're actually preparing full time, then I think 3 to 4 hours, or if you need to catch up on some 10 plus 2 topic thoroughly, then maybe a couple of hours more every day should be good. And uh, I have a suggestion that pick up 1 week or a fortnight for a particular big chunk of topics. I will complete the discrete maths part along with the statistic part. So what I did was I allotted 15 days for discrete maths, pseudocode, and probability, because probability was easy for me. And in these 15 days, I just switched between these topics, because so that I did not get bored of one topic, and I had a variety and I covered all of them. So divide it in chunks and do it. Yeah.
Okay, so apart from the divide and conquer policy of Dhruvi, what else do you have on your mind, Pragya?
Yeah. So for me, actually, I think we got lucky because the exam got postponed. So all of us got time, I guess. Because like for me, earlier the college exams were kind of clashing with the dates of the entrance. But once the entrance got postponed, I had pretty much all the time to prepare for this entrance, which I utilized. So if you're unlike so for me it was not much of a work, but if you're preparing alongside your work or exams, maybe like instead of 3 months it'll take you 4 months. That's the only difference. But keep going, like don't like start and then leave completely. Like keep reading older topics, don't cut off from it completely. That's all. Like if your basics are clear, it's pretty much not a very difficult thing. You just need to practice if your basics are clear.
Okay, thank you. And Ritrupa?
Yes, so I remember that there was a 15 days gap between ISI MSTAT and CMI data science entrances. So in those 15 days, I just took one topic a day and revised it. And that pretty much does it. I think there are like overall 15, 14, 15 topics, and 15 days should be enough for each topic. Like you just need to revise the sums and a few basic concepts, that's it. And that will be good enough for the last 15 days.
Okay, and Shramana, what else do you want to add to this?
I
Hi.
my answers were just 10 to 15 days before the CMI DS exam. So I had planned beforehand, like in those 10 days, what am I supposed to do? So I did not leave any topic, ki, yes, this I'll do at the last. So I did everything before that. Only I practiced each topic. And last 10 days was only revision of the formulas and like just seeing of how overall I'm going to go for the exam and doing a lot of mock tests. So I did not leave anything for last. class, and I'll suggest everyone to do so to practice, because these exams are getting postponed, and like we don't know ki, what will happen at the last. So I think it's a good idea to do everything beforehand.
Okay, okay. Thank you for all the suggestions, and let's see. Let's change the topics a bit and move ahead to the doubts, and I will come back to the last two questions I have for you. And let's see the start question. So Priyank is asking, and there's a general drought here, how to improve their coding skills and their programming skills. Any suggestions to this? Right.
Uh,
Yeah.
to be honest, you don't really need to know coding and programming to clear the entrance. You just need basics for the algorithm, like pseudocode part. And After you join the course, you will need to know a lot of programming, and for that, classes are available once you join.
Okay. I think we lost Pragya in the middle. Did I lose or?
Yeah. We did.
Okay, sorry. I'll just repeat myself. I said that we don't really need to know programming and coding to clear the entrance. Like you will only need it for the pseudocode part, which you can, as you already mentioned, just look for questions online and in the old papers. Also, like the BSc CS paper of CMI, you can look at all that. That's pretty much enough for this. You don't need to know more than that. And after you join, we have a lot of resources, and depending on the courses you take up, you can learn coding.
Okay. What was the question? Okay, coding question. I think the same idea you have all of you among Ritirupa and Shramana, right?
I want to add
Anything to?
something. Yes, actually, mostly what we should look for is the for, why, do, while loops. Look over these loops and strings and arrays, and pretty everything except that is pretty much mathematical. Like if you know basic mathematics well, you'll be able to do this. Just the loops, arrays, and these are topics which you should know a bit. So just look these up. It's all over the internet, all of this. So I think that will be very much helpful.
Yeah, like if else, for, do while, and arrays. Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. If else for loop array. Okay. Perfect. Um, Durbadal Chakraborty is asking, dear Madam Sir, can you please tell me any strategy for a student who has completed BTech in ECE?
It's actually it's the same for all. The strategy is same. You have to be clear with your 10+2 maths. Stick to the syllabus given completely. Solve past papers and analyze what you're doing and the topics that were there. CMI tends to stick to the pattern, so you might like get similar topic questions. So that's it. Whichever background you're from, BTech, I am sure you must have prepared for JE, so you can pick up any JE book, and that's
Okay. Anything you want to add, others?
Yeah, I
Dhruvee,
think
Ritirupa, and
because
Shramana?
you are already from a BTech EC, I think you must have learned programming or at some point, or you must know the basics. So that is sorted for you. I think what would be problematic for you would be
stats.
statistics and and core mathematics like linear algebra, because you're not completely sure about the detailed concepts. So firstly, watch basic videos on them so that you get brushed up with it, and then pick up a specialized book and go through that particular topic, and the level of sums should be similar to 10+2. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Anything else, guys? Can we move on to the next question? Okay, thank you, Durbadal. And Abhiraj, ka next question is that, hello, I am from engineering background. I am also in first year. I got placed. Now I'm preparing for ID Jam. Congratulations. And I'm just here to ask whether it's good for me to prepare for semi science or go for a job. That's a hard question. I am very
Okay,
confused.
so yeah,
It's a
okay.
personal choice, no?
And you should actually go through what firstly you have placement statistics on CMI's website available, so you will be able to see firstly what kind of research, if you plan to do research after MSc in data science, what kind of research they do and what kind of job profiles they have. So if it matches what you want to do, then you should go ahead with it, because the course is really good. And there are students from a lot of backgrounds that are coming there even after, like I mentioned, doing the job and everything. So you should look at the syllabus and their job profiles, look at the investment in the number of years and the investment in money that you will be making in these 2 years, and then decide on your own if this is something that you want to know. But it is definitely a good career upgrade if that is what you're looking for.
Yep, I absolutely love the, and I never got into CMI. I'm like, so I never gave the exam, but I absolutely love the course. The course is absolutely very beautiful. Okay, so I think that is something you should look into. I mean, it's maybe is there any monetary aspect? Can you just clarify the monetary aspect? What's the fees and stuff for the students out here, guys? You are a very recent batch, so I think you will be able to. Yeah, can you just
Yeah.
please?
The fees is it's on the website also. It is 2 lakhs per semester. So like for 2 years, it'll be 8 lakhs. That's just the tuition fee. Other than that, you'll have hostel if you go. You'll have hostel, mess, etc. But the thing is that you have options for concession if you are from an economically weaker section. There's some concession, you get that. And
And
there's also
CMI,
like loans
yeah,
are,
sorry to
yeah,
interrupt.
loans are very easily yeah, loans are very easily available. CMI is very helpful with all that. Like they will give you the financial breakdown and everything. You can just go through it. Yeah. Movie,
once
you
you
were saying.
once you get admitted to CMI, you can get in touch with a lot of the admin madam. She will guide you with the procedure, and if you have any doubts regarding the fee payment or the loan procedure or fee waiver, they will guide you with everything. So you do not need to get information from somewhere else. You can directly contact CMI. They will help you totally. And in fact, a lot of your batchmates will also be in the similar situation like you. You can get in touch with them, maybe form a group like we did, and get help from them as well. Yeah.
Also, yeah, also another thing that since you're talking about fees, it is a huge investment if you think of it, like putting in so much money for 2 years. But it is recoverable once you get placed. Like you can see all of the placement statistics, you can recover the money in the next 2 to 3 years. Plus, we have like a compulsory summer internship, and yeah,
Absolutely.
it's not,
Yeah.
yeah, it's not that bad. So if you take a loan, you'll be able to recover it.
Yes, I also think so. Actually, I mean, people are taking loans and studying for MBA. Why not for data science? I mean, it totally
Yeah.
makes sense. So,
And
I
it's
mean, I
cheaper than MBA. Well,
yeah. So yep. So I think you should give it a try, and you must give it a try. And it's very. I mean, I have seen the course. I totally love the course of CMI. Okay. Yes. If I would have been bachelor, I could have done one course if I would have been at the same age. But yeah. Anyway, so let's move ahead to the next question. Whew, lot of questions. I need to drink some water again. Okay, Priyank has a very interesting question, but I don't understand it. So can you?
You can
don't
ignore
read,
this
just ignore,
question.
ignore.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Priyank is actually our batchmate. He's just
Our batchmate, so he's
Oh,
just
hi
playing around.
Priyank. Thank you, Priyank. Okay. Okay. That's good to see friends. I have seen a lot of friends on my live and spamming. That's good. Thank you, Priyank, for coming over and
Yeah, there are
supporting us.
a lot of people spamming.
yeah. And
Yeah.
for all, everybody who's watching the live, you can get in touch with on LinkedIn, because a lot of our classmates would also have really good tips, and we can forward them to you via LinkedIn. So if you have more doubts, just get in touch with us. We will
Exactly.
be happy to
Exactly.
help.
Exactly. So like I like there are six people at most. I have 11 in this live. There was another person to come Shuli, so we had the best closest connection to these four people. So I brought and like I got in touch with them, and so don't feel bad if you are not on the live. So yeah, so just to your friends, I'm just sharing. So Pavan Kumar Endla, he's asking if he is in or she is in fourth semester mathematics. So is there any eligibility of the whole thing? is any eligibility criteria?
When
I
you
think it's, yeah, go on.
yeah, go ahead.
Go on. No, no, you go
Okay,
ahead.
so okay. So if you want to get admission into MSc, you should have completed BSc at that point in time. That is the only eligibility requirement. You have completed BSc in either Math, Stats, and CS also is fine, I think, or any bachelor's degree if you have completed during when you are going to take admission. That is the only eligibility criteria. So just make sure you've
I
completed your bachelor's. Yeah.
Yeah, I think like completed or completing that year. So
Yeah. So
like
if
there
you're
was somebody
getting
who asked, yeah,
Final
they are
year.
if
completing in August, yeah.
You're in your
So
final
so
year.
yeah, if
if
you're
you're
completing that year, then it's
yeah, go
fine.
ahead.
And also, you should have done at least 2 semester of maths. I think that was something, right? That you can't be from a completely off background and apply. Like you can't
I'll
have pol
confirm
science
this.
and go for, yeah.
I'll confirm this.
That
Yeah.
was the thing. You
Yeah.
can
So
just check the CMI website. It's pretty much self-explanatory.
perfect, perfect. Okay. So in the meantime, you can just check the CMI website. I will move on to the next questions. Okay. Anyone? Okay. So the last two questions, and I have is that what are the mistakes you have made and you don't want your juniors to make while preparation and giving the exam? Okay, I think Shramana has not, and Shramana and Ritirupa have not talked for a while. Let's come back from other order. Shramana, please. Yeah.
So first, I'll say I panicked a lot during the exam because at last there was a bit short time shortage with the subjective part. So I'll say don't panic at all. And what I did was on one question I was stuck for a few minutes. So I think that's a very important thing. You don't get stuck for more than 2 to 3 minutes and divide your time. And when you get the question paper, understand that yes, these are questions I'll be able to do, or this is my strong area. So attempt those first because that gives the confidence. Ki, yes, I've done all that. It was easy for me, and then I'll move on to the ones which I feel harder for me. So I think that is a very important thing to maintain a very important time, and also practice a lot of questions beforehand. Like practice a lot of, give a lot of mock tests, because or else we don't understand. Because for subjective questions, some questions if we look and say we are like yes we can do it, but when we start writing we understand there's a lot of technicalities that we have to attend to. So I'll say write a lot when you're practicing and preparing for the exam, so that really helps in the long run.
Ritirupa. Thank you, Shramana.
Yes, so since there is no negative marking, I would just say attempt as much as you can. Attempt all if possible. So since there is no negative marking and in subjective there is no point of losing marks, you just gain marks with whatever you write. So just attempt everything and don't leave out any questions. And as for the objective part, think carefully before you opt for an option. Like, make sure that it is correct, but and all are correct. Make sure all are correct. No partial marking will fetch you any marks. So that's what think. Attempt as many as you can and in time. That's it.
So just to clarify to everyone, there is no partial marking in the objective part. You have to get all options that are correct. And for the subjective mark, if you write subjective part, if you write a little part of it, you will get partial marks.
Yes. Okay, perfect. Thank you, guys. And yeah, so attempt all the questions and make the life of the person who is checking the copy harder. I'm just joking. So, just moving to the last question. Yeah, thank you, Shuli, for joining
Before
and helping the students out here. And yeah, Shuli is their senior from CMI, and she will be taking our course along with Shuman. So, anyway, not the course. Let's say, let's come. Yeah, anything you want to add, Pragya? You are.
I was saying, yeah, going back to the previous eligibility criteria, the website only says that you should have a degree, like a bachelor's degree, and you should have a strong mathematics background. I think it means that you should have maths as one course in your bachelor's, I think, like even if it's for 1 or 2 semesters. And if you are very unsure about whether you're eligible or not, you can mail CMI. They're very prompt with replying, so that's always a good option. They're always available on email. You can get their email from the website and just drop a mail. That's all.
Perfect. Okay. Um, I thought it was the last question, but it is not the last question. Anything you want to add to the students after this, after all this gyans to them and boring them out?
Good luck and hope to see you at CMI.
Okay. So this is not the ending. Okay. We have other questions, Ravi.
Yeah,
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 right.
yeah.
But
Okay. Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
okay. So Pragya and
Yeah,
uh,
it's not very difficult if you try. It's not very difficult if you have basic skills, so you can do this. And all the best for all the ones preparing. You can always connect with us through LinkedIn, as we mentioned. And yeah, it also CMI is not just a place for studying. We have fun also.
okay. Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Ritirupa.
CMI is a great place. The professors are very amiable. So uh, be confident and just rock the exam. Don't be like too much tensed, and just have faith in yourself. Believe that you can do, and you will be able to do it.
Very good. Thank you. Perfect. Yeah. So Shramana.
So what I want to say, no one's preparation strategy is very absolute. So understand what is best for you. Like understand what is your weak part and what is your strong part, and work according to you. Like you know what is the best thing you can do, and what is the steps you can do for a better marks. So that is all I have to say. And don't be panicky or tense, and reach the center well in time. Don't make the same mistake I did of reaching 15 minutes before.
What shall we prepare before entering? So I think better the person coming to CMI and then ask this question, or is
yeah.
he in CMI? Yeah. Total number of seats.
There are around 40 to 50 seats, I guess, and our batch is between 40 to 50 as well.
I think
Okay.
50 plus seats, but there's not an absolute number. There is reservation also, but I think 50, around 50, like 40 is less. 50 plus.
No, but like for us, 70 something people got selected, right? So there are that many seats, and then about 45, 50 people stay for the course.
Uh,
So you need to be in the top 70, I think.
Top 40, 50, yeah, they get in the list, and then there are few in the provisional list, and then whoever gets admitted gets admitted, and then if you're a part of provisional list, you will be allotted as per availability, I think.
Okay, okay, perfect. So I have some few questions from the Google form I shared among the students. So there have been a lot of questions about our courses. We will hold a different live for the courses. Shiulia and Shuman will be joining too. So no course related topics just to help you out today in this live. So one question that is related to the exam is that what is the most common mistake done while solving counting problems and how to avoid it? So any enlighten on that?
I feel like counting problems can be solved best if you practice a lot. Like, that's the only way to avoid mistakes in counting problems. We Yeah, like you need to practice because otherwise there are things you tend to miss out while counting, which happens. And many a times, like using sets helps me. So like using set theory concepts to like see what's like inclusion and exclusion, basically making sets and seeing what's actually there, that helps. But main thing is practicing, I feel.
Okay, okay. So I am really glad how Shivli is clearing some of the doubts of the students while we are doing over here. Thank you, Shivli, again. Um, so we all know data science course is placement oriented. I want to know the research aspect of the course.
Actually, I mean, it is placement oriented, but there are a lot of our seniors who have done like gone the research way and are doing PhDs. There are people in the batch above us who might be pursuing research. You can get in touch with them on LinkedIn,
Yeah,
like
and
if you just search CMI graduates. Yeah.
CMI is primarily a research institute. Like this course is placement intensive. The aim of data science course is to get placement, but because otherwise, and the professors are also, they will encourage you if you want to go ahead and research. So if you have something like this in mind, I suggest get in touch with them from the beginning, like as soon as you get admitted, and you have some plans so that you can start working under them. And all of the professors are very esteemed, and they have a strong background in research.
Also, to add that we if you join the course and you want to pursue research, you will have a lot of contacts that you build here. Like we have seminars and stuff where you keep meeting, like you keep coming in contact with people from outside and even outside India, and that will help a lot if you want to go for research. So it's a very good place to build your contacts and your network.
Yes. So with this, I will add one piece of suggestion and gyan that I really follow is that I believe personally that colleges, like there's a lot of all this materials and content available out there for free. So if you ask me the only importance of a college in this 21st century, in the later, like in the initial part of the first, after first 10 years, is the networking and the referral and all these things you build. It's the most important, like I should say, by Pareto principle, it's the 80% of the entire thing that is really useful for any college out there. Okay, so yeah, so in that sense, if you want to build your good connections, as Pragya, so thank you for mentioning this. This is very important. Okay, and CMI is a really, really, really good place out there. So do do consider going out there and giving your best. Okay, so that's my personal suggestion as a teacher. um how is CMI did Okay, I am preparing for IIT Jam MS. How do I prepare for CMI lessons along with this? I think Ritirupa and Shramana, I think all four of you actually give IIT Jam and ISM start.
Yeah.
Okay, any suggestions you want to add? Like I think the extra part is the coding part, I guess. And
Syllabus is little different, I would agree, but
Discrete
like
maths
Jam,
is
if you're giving
extra.
MS, yeah, it's little different, but because Jam is always before CMI, and the gap between CMI and Jam, Jam happens in Feb generally, and CMI May-ish, right? So the gap between Jam and CMI is enough to prepare, like the last preparation for CMI is enough. Maybe like you can prepare for it 1 month before you start preparing for Jam. But you can first prepare for Jam and then for CMI. It's going to be okay.
okay, okay. Anything you want to add, guys? Or I will move on to the next question. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Can final year or final semester students apply for the exam? My graduation will complete in August 2022. Can I get admission? I think yes.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mentioned that. Yeah, they can.
How many days take to publish the result after the exam? Which month admission process start in CMI?
For us,
So
it was
usually
less than a
within a
month.
month. Yeah, within a month we got the results, but that was very delayed. For you, the exams will happen in May, I think, and you should get the result by June end maximum. And in
Yeah,
that
like
month itself, your
think of it
admission
as a
procedure
time
will start.
of a month. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
30 to
then
40
course will
days.
start soon after, like 1 or 2 weeks gap, and then the course will start.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, perfect. What are the topics that are most important for the test? We have discussed that best books. We have discussed that um, how to start preparation. Okay, so This is a very big question. I don't know if I let's discuss this question. Oh, it's a very big question. I will just. It's a big question that it will need two comments. Okay, I'm enough confident I will crack the
Uh,
examination with right away after a week from now. But something discourages me whether I will study in CMI as my family hasn't have enough income to allow me to stay there. Neither have I skill other than C and statistics and probability theory to college with those guys in CMI. So what should I do?
okay. So the crux of this question is basically this person is confused as to whether they'll be able to match up with the studies A, and whether they will be able to financially support themselves with the limited skills they have, right? So two parts to this question. First, about the money part, as you have already mentioned, you can take education loans, and CMI is very helpful with providing you with any resource you need, any letter, anything to obtain a loan, and you will be able to recover it within a few years. So you can do that. And about living expenses, you can, like you mentioned, C and stats. I think that's enough knowledge to be able to earn. Like you can do things like tutoring, or become like, there are websites where you can become like subject experts and answer questions, and you earn money for that. Then plus like your internships that you will do, that will pay. You can take up being like intern for something, and it's all related to your subject, plus it'll add to your CV. So if you just work hard enough, it's not difficult. And the other part of study, whether you'll be able to match up with the people who are studying at CMI, uh, I mean, yeah, we're all in the same boat. All of us are learning new skills. Everybody's from a different background, and
Yeah, she's right.
yeah, there are people, like I think four of us here represent a stats background, which is the incorrect representation of what our batch comprises of. There are
Yeah,
so many more people from like a BTech background, people who have worked for years and they have come back to studying,
yeah,
then math background, so it's CS background, everything. So it's not a difficult, like after the first semester you'll probably be at this at a similar level. Everybody
yeah.
has to put in efforts in different subjects, that's all. And I think the course is designed in such a manner that it will bring you to the same starting point before you select your electives. So it's a good place to start at.
Yeah, so I will not take more time from. I'm already becoming tired right now. The all of questions have been answered and discussed, and um, let's take this first question. Someone told that he wants to start preparing from first year. I don't personally recommend him. Like, please focus on your basics, guys.
Have fun,
Uh,
man.
yeah, have fun. Like, it's lockdown. Have fun. Almost lockdown, I mean. So yeah, one thing I should say that due to the online examinations, many people are not focusing on their studies and basics. That's not good. You should have fun in your life, but not at the cost of your own learning and knowledge, because that's the way of future. Yeah, so that's one of my suggestions to you, and I think we should wrap up here now. Surely, if you're here in the live, you want to say something to the students out here. If not, then we can end it.
To the
And
person who said what they want to, like any suggestion for first year, just focus on your concepts and what is being taught in college. I feel that is the best thing you can do right now. Until the end of like second year, prepare what is being taught in your college, like clear your doubts as and when you have them, because otherwise it'll just keep on lagging. And especially with online classes, if you're just clearing exams, it's not helping, like Srijit already mentioned.
okay, so Shuli has some really good. Like, I will end with her note. Our batchmates are doing multiple internships for gaining in experiences. So initially, we also thought about paying the course, but it's what is ROI is much compared higher to the MBA. I also think so. I also believe so. And thank you, Shuli, for connecting with us online. And I really, really thank you so much. I think we will be going live about discussing about our courses. Yeah, so people who are discussing about our courses, I have given the course link in the description below, and You can check it out if you like it, if you resonate with it. But do prepare. You can also prepare yourself. These people have prepared themselves a bit, and also they have taken side by side guidance, of course. So but you can totally prepare yourself, like that's totally possible. Every single year a lot of people are preparing themselves. So all the best to you guys. Any suggestions you have, guys? Dhruvi, Pragya, Ritirupa, and Shamana, any suggestions, or just say them all the best? All the best, guys.
Good luck, guys.
Yeah, good luck.
We
Hope
hope
to
to
see
see you
you
in
next year,
CMI.
as Dhruvee said. Yeah. We
Exactly.
Yep.
hope to
All the
see
best.
ourselves at CMI also, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ritirupa, all the best. एक बार बोल दो, like all
All
the
the
best.
best.
Yep. Okay. So, and do meditate during the exam. That's very important. Like before the exam, I mean, sorry. So, all the best, guys. I will see you in the next live. Stay tuned and stay blessed. And Shuli has something to say. Yes. So, you have enough time to prepare and crack the exam. And bye bye, guys. And don't forget to subscribe and comment and share with your friends and connect to these people out there on LinkedIn. Their LinkedIn links are given in the description below. Click the see more option, you will get their links. And do share with these videos with the people who are preparing and who cannot give their time to the life. And yeah, all the best. I will see you in the next video. We have our WhatsApp group out there. If you want to get updates about what, like, we develop content out there, if you want to get updates about our content, I think I should give the, just give me a minute, a link of our courses. Also, Shuli and us will be coming online. Shuli, me and Shuman will be coming online for the courses out there. So do stay tuned on that ground. Gokul has, so no more questions, guys. Oh, Gokul has sent you all the LinkedIn requests. I think they have got hundreds of LinkedIn requests. So, yeah. So glad
No, yeah,
on.
we'll
Let
add
us
you.
get
Don't
off the
worry.
call, Gokul.
Yeah. Okay. Bye, guys, and do subscribe.
Yeah,
I
we'll
will.
add you.